So imagine we are sitting together scrolling through the endless stream of celebrity headlines and seeing that Blake Lively gets a shout out from Travis Kelce after the public rift rumors with Taylor Swift, and immediately the world starts buzzing. Because there is something magnetic about the way celebrities live. Connect, drift apart, and come back together again. It feels like watching modern fairy tales unfold in real time, and every headline becomes a chapter of a story that mixes fame, love, art, friendship, and the search for balance in a world that never stops watching. Blake Lively, the dazzling actress who captured hearts with her charm, her fashion sense, and her grounded personality, has always represented that rare blend of Hollywood glamour and everyday relatability. Her journey from gossip girl to global stardom shows how she built a career on talent and kindness. Her smile lighting up red carpets, her creative eye-shaping style trends, and her love story with Ryan Reynolds, reminding fans that humor and loyalty can thrive even under the spotlight. Now imagine her receiving a kind gesture from Travis Kelce, the football star, whose name has become intertwined with Taylor Swift, one of the biggest names in music. And pop culture, the crossover of sports and music fandoms has created a phenomenon of shared excitement, fans cheering from stadiums to streaming screens. And when Travis gives that shout out to Blake, people start connecting dots about friendship, loyalty, and what really goes on behind the glamorous scenes, because celebrity life is not just about glitz, it's about emotions, relationships, and resilience. Taylor Swift, whose storytelling mastery has shaped an entire generation, continues to turn personal experiences into anthems that resonate with millions. Her career started from humble beginnings, playing guitar in her childhood room, to becoming a symbol of empowerment who constantly reinvents herself, from country roots to pop power, to indie reflections, and every transition carries courage. She writes about heartbreak, growth, and friendship, and fans feel those songs as if they were written just for them. Her connection with Blake has long been a fan favorite, built on mutual admiration, shared laughter, and the joy of creativity, from cozy parties to family moments captured in candid glimpses. Their friendship became a reminder that true bonds can exist even in the unpredictable waves of fame. So when rumors rise of tension, fans react with emotion because they see not just stars but people navigating complex lives. Yet what stands out more than speculation is how both women radiate grace, choosing art, compassion, and self-expression over negativity. And that's what keeps audiences inspired. It's what keeps us scrolling to see how they evolve, because celebrity stories mirror our own dreams, hopes, and transformations in ways we often don't realize. And when you mix that with Travis Kelce's surprising role in the narrative, it becomes even more fascinating. His charisma on the field, his openness off it, his growing connection to the world of music, through Taylor, make him a symbol of how worlds collide beautifully. Sports meet art, performance meets heart, and fans from different walks of life come together, sharing smiles online and in real life as they celebrate moments that feel bigger than gossip. They feel like a collective experience that connects us all around admiration, laughter, and curiosity. Every star has their journey, every star shines differently, yet what unites them is the pursuit of meaning behind the fame. Think about how Blake balances motherhood, entrepreneurship, and acting, or how Taylor balances creation with constant reinvention, or how Travis balances the competitive world of sports with genuine connection. These are modern icons living under the spotlight, but grounded by purpose, and fans feel that authenticity. We see it in the causes they support: Blake's passion for environmental sustainability, Taylor's dedication to artist rights, Travis's charity work for kids and communities beyond headlines. These moments define who they are and remind everyone that fame can be a platform for good. And when stories like this one unfold with subtle gestures of respect, admiration, and friendship, it proves that connection still matters more than competition. It's the emotional heartbeat of celebrity culture. The reason why people stay invested, not just in what stars do, but who they become over time. And as we keep following this journey, from red carpet appearances to music drops, from interviews to Instagram posts, we realize that what keeps the magic alive is not perfection, but authenticity. The way celebrities show their humanity through smiles, tears, laughter, and growth. That's what inspires people watching from every corner of the world, because deep down, everyone wants to believe that even under the brightest lights, kindness still shines the brightest. And as the story continues, the energy around Blake Lively, Taylor Swift, and Travis Kelce begins to take on a life of its own, because in the world of celebrity culture, every action, every gesture, every shared glance becomes a thread in a massive, tapestry of fascination and human emotion. People do not just watch these stars. They feel connected to them as if each celebrity story reflects something about love, friendship, ambition, and forgiveness that resonates within all of us. Blake Lively continues to embody this elegant grace that feels rare in the spotlight. She manages to balance humor and humility in a way that makes fans adore her even more, whether she is launching her lifestyle ventures, supporting women in film, or cheering. For Ryan Reynolds at a premiere, she radiates a sense of confidence that feels both aspirational and approachable at the same time. And Taylor Swift, the songwriting powerhouse who has turned her life into lyrical gold, keeps redefining what it means to be an artist who owns her narrative, from the early days of standing on small stages with her guitar to commanding global tours that become cultural phenomena. Her journey has been one of constant evolution and courage. She faces love, heartbreak, reinvention, and friendship shifts with honesty that inspires millions. And when her name gets tied to Travis Kelce, the athlete known for his strength, charm, and genuine heart, it feels like two worlds colliding beautifully. The stadiums roar, the music plays, the headlines buzz, and yet beneath it all, there's something sweet and real about these people living their dreams while learning how to stay grounded amid chaos. What makes stories like these so compelling is not just the fame, but the humanity underneath the glitter. It's about watching people grow, find purpose, overcome challenges, and lift others up along the way, because that is what the best celebrity stories do. They make you believe that no matter where you come from, you can rise, shine, and still keep your heart open. Blake and Taylor have often reflected that idea in their lives. Taylor through her music and philanthropic efforts, supporting education, disaster relief, and equality causes, and Blake through her advocacy for children's welfare and creativity in fashion. Her red carpet looks tell stories of confidence and individuality, and fans study every detail not just because of style, but because it reminds them that fashion can be an extension of self-expression and strength. Now when Travis gives that shout out to Blake in the midst of friendship rumors between the two women, it adds a fascinating layer to the narrative, showing how kindness still exists even in times of speculation rather than fueling drama. It becomes a moment that celebrates mutual respect and positivity, and that is what makes people love following these stars. They turn public moments into lessons in grace, forgiveness, and empathy. Behind the glamour lies genuine emotion. Behind the headlines lies growth in a time when social media moves faster than thought itself. Celebrities like these remind fans to slow down, feel deeply, and remember that real connections never fade easily. Every fan who scrolls through these stories feels part of something larger, a shared universe of creativity, beauty, and emotional truth. It's like living inside a digital diary of humanity, written through the lives of people who entertain and inspire us. Taylor's latest creative chapter has fans deciphering lyrics, guessing meanings, and finding comfort in her honesty. She writes about friendships that evolve, about the balance between loyalty and independence, and about finding yourself again after change, and that resonates. Across generations, Blake's presence in that conversation adds warmth because her personality brings a lighthearted elegance that offsets the pressure of fame. Her family life with Ryan Reynolds often becomes a symbol of balance, showing that love, humor, and teamwork can thrive even when the cameras never stop rolling. Meanwhile, Travis Kelce's inclusion in this constellation of stars shows how modern celebrity worlds intersect across sports, music, and film. His public persona radiates confidence, yet fans see humility in his interviews. His dedication to community outreach and his willingness to show vulnerability in a culture that often celebrates perfection. These elements make him relatable and adored by many. When we zoom out from this trio, the narrative blends into a bigger picture. The world of celebrities that includes icons from every corner of the globe, each bringing their own colors to this ever-evolving canvas. Think about people like Zendaya, whose journey from Disney star to Emmy-winning actress reflects resilience and artistic passion, or BTS, who turned music and unity into a global movement, breaking barriers and spreading positivity through language and rhythm, or Emma Watson, whose transition from childhood stardom to advocacy for education and equality proves that fame can evolve into purpose. These stories remind us that success is not just about achievement, but about meaning, about giving back, and using influence to uplift others. In this way, the lives of Blake, Taylor, and Travis tie seamlessly into the wider conversation about celebrity culture as a reflection of modern humanity. It's about friendship, forgiveness, inspiration, and staying authentic amid fame's glare, and that is why fans never stop caring. They see glimpses of their own lives mirrored in these narratives, the joy of connection, the pain of misunderstanding, the beauty of reconciliation. All of it wrapped in sparkle yet grounded in truth, and as the journey unfolds, the anticipation grows. What will happen next? What will these stars teach us about love, creativity, and the strength of moving forward? We keep watching not just because they are famous, but because they remind us that behind every stage light there's a heartbeat just like ours. And as this story reaches its final act, the connection between Blake Lively, Taylor Swift, and Travis Kelce becomes not just a moment in celebrity headlines, but a symbol of how friendship, kindness, and understanding can endure even through the noise of fame, because what draws people to these stories is not the glittering perfection of celebrity life, but the cracks, the light that shines through them, and the way these figures remind us that being in the public eye does not erase the need for compassion, love, and growth. Blake Lively continues to move through her world with the grace of someone who has learned how to balance art, family, and business. She is a reminder that elegance is not about appearances, but about integrity. Her career reflects creativity and strength. She designs moments with purpose, whether it is a film that tells a story of resilience or a fashion statement that celebrates individuality. Fans admire how she embraces every role on and off screen with heart and humor, and Taylor Swift continues to evolve as a songwriter, storyteller, and visionary who has transformed the music industry by turning emotion into empowerment. She has shown that vulnerability can be power, that heartbreak can be healing, and that art can be both personal and universal. Her friendship with Blake, once a source of shared joy in the eyes of fans, remains a powerful example of how women in the spotlight can support each other, lift each other, and still find their own paths. Even when life takes unexpected turns, the beauty of their connection is that it reflects real-life friendships that change, yet stay rooted in care and mutual respect. And when Travis Kelce enters this picture with his gesture of acknowledgement, his lighthearted positivity reminds us that compassion bridges gaps, that kindness still matters. His world of sports may seem far from the world of pop music and film, yet they all share the same heartbeat of dedication, teamwork, and passion. It is this blending of worlds that keeps people fascinated and inspired, because it proves that no matter how different our lives may look, the values of sincerity, loyalty, and goodness connect us all. When you look across the wider landscape of celebrity culture, you see this same thread weaving through every success story, from Beyoncé's leadership and generosity to Rihanna's creative empire built on inclusion, from Zendaya's quiet brilliance to BTS's message of love and unity. These figures show that fame does not have to isolate it, can connect, it can heal, and it can guide others toward hope and confidence. Each of them teaches that success is not measured by fame alone, but by how you use that fame to make a difference, how you remain true to your core, and how you continue to grow, even when the spotlight is blinding. And that is why fans feel so deeply about these stories. They are not just entertainment. They are mirrors of our shared humanity. Every fan who cheers for Taylor's new album, every person who smiles at Blake's warmth, every follower who admires Travis's authenticity sees a bit of themselves reflected in those moments, because celebrities become symbols of emotion, courage, and perseverance. Their lives remind us that we can fall, rise, laugh, cry, and love again through every season of change. The friendships, the journeys, the acts of compassion all serve as gentle reminders that we are not alone, that even in a world moving at the speed of light, connection still matters. And when you think of Blake and Taylor and how their paths have intertwined through art, laughter, and support, it feels like a chapter that will always exist in the collective memory of those who have watched them grow. Their story is not defined by rumors or fleeting headlines, but by the authenticity that drew people to them in the first place. And that is what makes their bond timeless. It is not about constant visibility, but quiet respect, the kind that does not need to be performed to be real, and Travis's moment of kindness simply underscores that sentiment, showing how friendship, empathy, and good energy can ripple through worlds that often seem divided. This is what modern celebrity storytelling has become. Not just tales of fame, but reflections of humanity, of what it means to live fully, to love boldly, to create fearlessly, and to never stop learning. The glow of these stories will always remind people that the best parts of fame are the ones that touch hearts, the ones that inspire, and the ones that celebrate unity rather than rivalry. So as the music plays, The cameras flash and the cheers echo from stages and stadiums across the world. There is a feeling that lingers, one of gratitude, one of connection, one of belief. That light always finds a way to shine, even through misunderstanding, even through distance, even through the endless scroll of headlines. Because what endures is not the fame, but the feeling, the kindness, the courage, and the reminder that in every story, celebrity or not, we are all connected by the same desire to love, to create, to forgive, and to begin again. And that is why stories like Blake Lively, Taylor Swift, and Travis Kelce's will always matter. Not just because they are stars, but because through them we remember what it means to be human. And as the journey moves forward, the story of Blake Lively, Taylor Swift, and Travis Kelce continues to ripple through the world of entertainment, like a melody that refuses to fade away. And what makes it so special is not just the glamour or speculation, but the deeper human emotions woven between the lines. Because at the heart of every celebrity story, there is something universal, something that reminds us of the joy of friendship, the challenges of loyalty, and the power of understanding Blake. Lively keeps showing that her strength lies in her authenticity. She is one of those rare stars who can light up a room with laughter yet remain deeply grounded. She celebrates family love, creativity, and kindness, and that energy radiates through everything she does. Fans have watched her grow from a young actress into a confident woman, balancing career, motherhood, and personal passions with ease, and her journey mirrors the kind of balance many people dream of achieving. She builds brands, supports meaningful causes, and still finds time to cheer for her loved ones, reminding the world that compassion is timeless. Taylor Swift, on the other hand, remains a phenomenon. Her ability to connect emotions to words and melodies has turned her career into something beyond music. It is a movement of storytelling that bridges generations. Her friendship with Blake has always been one that people admired because it felt genuine and fun. Two powerful women supporting one another without competition. Just love, laughter, and respect. And even if the winds of rumor sometimes blow, fans know that bonds built on truth rarely break. They evolve, they adapt, they grow stronger with time. And that is why even in moments of speculation, people hold on to hope that their connection continues beyond what the cameras show. Now enter Travis Kelce with his charismatic personality and big heart. He represents a different kind of fame. One built on discipline, teamwork, and leadership, yet somehow he manages to blend seamlessly into the pop culture world, bringing humor and positivity wherever he goes. His shoutout to Blake Lively, after whispers of tension with Taylor Swift, felt like a subtle message about goodwill, about how even when situations seem complicated, empathy and kindness can bridge the gap. His action became more than a gesture. It became a reminder that the best kind of celebrity stories are the ones that heal and inspire, not divide. And as fans watched that unfold, they were reminded that sometimes it takes just one positive word to shift an entire narrative. While this trio dominates headlines, other stars across the globe continue to shape culture and conversation in their own powerful ways, like Zendaya, whose talent and grace have made her a global icon. She is redefining what it means to be young, successful, and self-aware, using her influence to champion diversity and artistic integrity. Or like Harry Styles, who continues to show that masculinity can be soft, creative, and kind through his music and fashion choices. Or like Lady Gaga, whose message of love and inclusivity has touched hearts worldwide, turning pain into art and struggle into purpose. These figures, much like Blake, Taylor, and Travis, prove that fame is not only about attention, but about impact, the ability to move hearts and make people feel seen and understood. And when we look back at Taylor's creative evolution from her early acoustic tracks to her current introspective and cinematic sound, we see the reflection of someone who has never stopped believing in growth and reinvention. She has taught millions to write their own stories, to not be afraid of change, and to love fearlessly, even when it hurts. Her friendship with Blake carries that same energy. It represents the beautiful chaos of human connection, the laughter, the inside jokes, the memories that live beyond social media. And it reminds us all that friendships among women in the entertainment world are not about competition, but collaboration, about standing side by side in an industry that often tries to pit people against each other. And when moments of misunderstanding arise, they are simply part of the journey, not the end of it. Meanwhile, Blake's elegance and warmth continue to inspire new generations. Her fashion choices have turned into art. Her advocacy for creativity and female empowerment gives her influence depth and meaning, and her relationship with Ryan Reynolds remains one of Hollywood's most beloved love stories built on humor, respect, and shared dreams. These authentic relationships between celebrities show fans that even in a world full of expectations, it is still possible to find joy and genuine connection, and that is why stories like these never fade. They evolve into lessons about friendship, growth, and emotional intelligence across the wider world of entertainment. Similar stories unfold with stars like Priyanka Chopra, who balances international fame with humility and heart, or Chris Hemsworth, who brings dedication to both his family and his craft, or BTS, who remind the world of unity and love through music that transcends language and borders. All these individuals, like Blake Taylor and Travis, show that being in the public eye can be an opportunity to build bridges, not walls, and to spread light, not judgment. And that is why audiences keep listening. They want to believe in goodness, in resilience, and in the quiet beauty of starting over when necessary. These stories reflect pieces of every person watching because fame may amplify them, but the emotions underneath are universal. The laughter, the hope, the need for connection, and the desire to be seen, understood, and loved. And in that sense, celebrity stories become shared humanity wrapped in sparkle. And as we continue this unfolding story, the beautiful thing about watching lives like Blake Lively, Taylor Swift, and Travis Kelce intertwine is realizing how much heart and hope the world of celebrities can hold. It is not just about the glamour, the red carpets, or the flash of cameras. It is about people who live under pressure but still manage to find meaning, connection, and growth. And when you step back and see how these moments play out, you begin to notice that there is an unspoken rhythm behind every headline and emotional current that makes their journeys relatable and inspiring. Blake Lively has long been admired for her effortless sense of style and grounded grace. She brings warmth to every appearance, whether she is attending a high-fashion gala or supporting a charity event. She uses her platform with purpose, shining light on causes close to her heart, and proving that fashion and philanthropy can coexist beautifully. She has been known to advocate for children's welfare and women's empowerment, and her voice continues to carry authenticity that fans gravitate toward at the same time. Taylor Swift's evolution as an artist represents the very essence of reinvention, from her early teenage country ballads to pop anthems that define decades to heartfelt indie tones that speak to reflection and personal growth. She has shown that vulnerability is power, and storytelling is an art that can heal both the creator and the listener. She has stood up for artists' rights, given back through education and relief efforts, and built a global community that sees her as more than a musician. She is a mirror of emotion, a voice that speaks truth in melody. And when the rumors swirl about a rift between her and Blake, it is natural for fans to wonder, but also important to remember that true friendships can have seasons. They can evolve, grow quiet, and reignite stronger than before. And in the midst of all that noise, it is Travis Kelce's friendly acknowledgement that seems to reset the tone. A simple gesture that reminds everyone of respect, kindness, and shared humanity. Because in the whirlwind of speculation, a genuine act of goodwill can calm the waves and spark hope. This kind of positivity is why so many people follow these stories, not just for entertainment, but for emotional connection. It reminds fans that empathy still exists in the public eye. The story then widens into a panorama of other celebrities who show similar resilience and heart. Like Selena Gomez, who has turned personal struggles into strength through her music, her mental health advocacy, and her rare beauty brand that encourages self-love and confidence. She stands as a symbol of authenticity, reminding people that it is okay to be real and imperfect. Or like Rihanna, whose empire in fashion and beauty celebrates inclusivity and diversity, while her philanthropy work continues to uplift communities around the world. Then there is Beyoncé, whose artistry and vision have redefined empowerment for generations. Her performances are not just concerts, but cultural moments that celebrate strength and creativity. And when you see how all these stars create impact beyond the spotlight, you start to understand that celebrity culture at its best is not about idolization, but inspiration. It is about how these figures use their influence to encourage dreams, to support others, and to keep moving forward. Despite challenges, Blake, Taylor, Travis, and all these icons prove that fame is not the goal, but the platform through which purpose can shine, and every fan watching from across the globe feels that energy because they too dream, love, stumble, and rise again. The modern celebrity landscape is like a living storybook where every chapter brings a lesson about growth, unity, and gratitude. And while fans enjoy the sparkle, they also connect with the sincerity. Underneath it is why when Taylor writes a lyric about friendship, people feel it deep down. It is why when Blake shows up in a gown that reflects confidence, people take inspiration for their own lives. And it is why when Travis shows appreciation and positivity, it sparks conversation about respect in relationships of all kinds. This connection between stars and fans becomes a circle of emotion, energy, and empathy that transcends distance and fame. It reminds everyone that even though we see them on screens, they are human too. They laugh, they cry, they forgive, and they start over again. The beauty of this ongoing story is in its balance between fantasy and reality. It gives people something to dream about while keeping them grounded in emotional truth, as Taylor continues to create music that captures hearts, and as Blake continues to bring elegance and kindness to everything she touches. Their bond, whether near or far, remains a symbol of creative sisterhood, a connection built on shared values and mutual respect. And as for Travis, his moment of support in the middle of speculation shows that friendship, kindness, and open-heartedness can still exist in a world that often loves drama more than peace. And that lesson alone becomes a reason why this story will linger in people's hearts for a long time to come. It is a reminder that behind all the headlines, behind every click, there are stories of love, loyalty, and resilience unfolding one day at a time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dive documentaries about your favorite stars and the moments that define them.